Hello and welcome, my dear friend. I'm so glad you're here because this is a very important message I want to share with you. Let me ask you something profound. When was the last time you truly stopped, not to measure your material achievements, but to honor the person you've become? Change is often so subtle, so woven into the fabric of everyday life, that we barely notice it until something forces us to pause. One day, you realize the things that used to upset you no longer have the same power. Your responses are calmer, your decisions clearer, and your heart feels more aligned. But here's the irony. Even as you grow, it's easy to cling to old rules, standards, and habits that no longer serve the person you are today. This creates a unique kind of suffering, a dissonance between the life you've left behind and the one you're stepping into. You're no longer the person who tolerated certain behaviors or settled for less than you deserved. Yet, old patterns linger, pulling at you. Today, we're diving into how to recognize this shift, why it matters, and how understanding your new standards can lead to profound freedom. This isn't just a conversation. It's a journey of self-discovery. So let's begin this liberating journey together. New rules for a new you. Why you feel stuck. Let's unravel a paradox. Your life might look fine, great even, from the outside. You've hit milestones, accomplished goals, and achieved things you once dreamed of. But deep inside, there's a quiet tension, a feeling that something is missing. This isn't dissatisfaction in the traditional sense. It's a gentle but persistent nudge from your soul, signaling that you've outgrown the rules you once lived by. Imagine living in a house that felt perfect when you first moved in. Over time, you added new furniture, more belongings, and different needs. Now the space feels cramped, and what was once cozy now feels restrictive. The problem isn't the house. It's that your life has expanded beyond it. This is how inner growth works. As you become wiser, more mature, and more connected to your purpose, the structures that once supported you begin to feel confining. Perhaps you still say yes to every request, even though your priorities have shifted. Or maybe you're chasing goals that no longer resonate simply because they've been on your list for so long. It's not failure, it's transformation. The question is, are you ready to embrace it? You've likely noticed this shift in subtle ways. Maybe you no longer feel comfortable in certain environments or relationships. The conversations you used to enjoy now feel shallow. The old you might have ignored these signs, but the new you can't. This is the hallmark of growth, the quiet but undeniable realization that your internal standards have changed. The gradual shift, why change is hard to see. Transformation is not a thunderstorm, it's a gentle rain. It doesn't demand your attention. It happens quietly, steadily, until one day you realize the landscape has completely changed. This is why it's so easy to miss. We often expect growth to feel dramatic, like a lightning bolt of insight. But true evolution is subtle, woven into the choices you make every day. Think of a sunrise. When you watch it unfold, the changes are so gradual that they're almost imperceptible. But then, suddenly, the sky is ablaze with light, and everything looks different. Your growth works the same way. The small decisions you make, choosing patience over anger, setting boundaries, prioritizing your well-being, add up over time, until one day you wake up and realize you're no longer the person you used to be. A key challenge is that we're often too busy to notice. Instead of celebrating how far we've come, we fixate on where we think we should be. We chase old definitions of success, happiness, or worth, forgetting that our standards have shifted. Have you taken a moment to recognize what no longer fits in your life? What rules you've unconsciously outgrown? The wisdom of maturity, who you are now. As you grow, you don't just become different, you become better, wiser, stronger, more aligned with your true self. The challenges that once shook you to your core now feel like stepping stones. The relationships that once drained you are no longer worth your energy. And the goals that once consumed you now seem trivial compared to the peace you found within. This isn't arrogance, it's alignment. You've matured in ways that make you unrecognizable to your former self. Maybe you used to seek validation from others, but now you find it within. Perhaps you once let fear dictate your choices, but now you act with faith. Or maybe you used to compromise your values to fit in, but now you stand firm in your truth. Think of yourself as a diamond being polished. The pressures you faced weren't meant to break you, they were meant to refine you. And now you shine with a brilliance that others can't help but notice. The catch, however, is that you can't carry this brilliance while holding on to the past. You must release the old to fully embrace the new. The cost of holding on. Old rules create new suffering. Let's talk about the cost of clinging to outdated rules. It's not just inconvenient, it's painful. You might find yourself frustrated, wondering why things that once brought you joy now feel hollow. The truth is, you're trying to solve new problems with old tools. Consider this. Have you ever tried to wear an old pair of shoes that no longer fit? The discomfort is immediate, and yet you might hesitate to let them go because they once served you well. This is how we treat old habits and standards. We hold onto them out of familiarity, even when they no longer align with who we are. This mismatch creates friction, and that friction is your soul's way of saying, it's time to move forward. But moving forward requires courage. It means letting go of relationships, habits, or beliefs that no longer serve your highest good. It means trusting that what's ahead is better than what you're leaving behind. Embracing your evolution, the divine alignment. There's something sacred about growth. It's not just personal, it's spiritual. As you step into this new version of yourself, you're not just becoming better, you're becoming more aligned with the person you were meant to be. This alignment brings clarity, peace, and a sense of purpose that transcends the mundane. Imagine a river carving its way through the earth. It doesn't resist the changes in its path. It flows with them, trusting the journey. You too are being guided, not by chance, but by a higher purpose. Every boundary you set, every old habit you release, every new standard you embrace is a step closer to the life that awaits you. This isn't always easy. Growth can feel lonely, especially when others don't understand the changes you're making. But remember, you're not walking this path alone. You are supported, guided, shaped, and prepared for what's next. The choice to recognize why this moment matters. Let's return to the question I asked at the beginning. When was the last time you truly recognized how far you've come? This isn't about seeking validation from others. It's about honoring yourself. It's about pausing to acknowledge the courage it takes to grow, to evolve, to let go. You are not the same person you were a year ago, or even a month ago. Your growth has rewritten the rules of your life, and it's time to live by them. What are the new standards you've embraced? What old patterns are you ready to release? These aren't rhetorical questions. They're an invitation to step into your power. My dear friend, your transformation is not an accident. It's the result of your choices, your faith, and your willingness to grow. But to fully embrace this new chapter, you must first recognize it. You must pause, reflect, and honor the person you're becoming. The tension you feel isn't a problem, it's a sign of progress. The discomfort isn't failure, it's growth. And the discontent isn't something to fix. It's your compass, pointing you toward the life you're meant to live. So today, let go of the old rules. Embrace the new standards and step boldly into the person you are becoming. Your destiny is not somewhere far away. It's unfolding right now in this very moment. Thank you so much for taking this journey with me. If you found value in this message, please like the video and share it with others who might benefit. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and continue your amazing journey by watching one of the videos on your screen that resonates with you the most. See you there.